grocery stores are attempting to have full-strength beer and wine sold in their stores by bringing the issue directly to voters. The ballot is being backed by Your Choice Colorado, with supermarkets like King Soopers, Safeway, and Walmart behind them. Local area liquor stores like Argonaut Wine and Liquor oppose the initiative, claiming it will hurt their bottom line. Natasha, this topic is of interest to me. What do you make of this?
Well, as someone who's covered the craft beer industry in Colorado extensively, this is something that I've debated for many years. And I have to say, after many years of debate, I'm actually in support of it. I think that we should have the sales in grocery stores. There's a lot of reasons for that. You know, I'm someone who supports local business. I try to even shop as frequent as possible in my neighborhood. But selling beer in stores, I don't believe is going to kill those small liquor stores. And we have a great case example of this with the Super Target at Colorado and Alameda. There are liquor stores right across the street. There are liquor stores in the neighborhood as well. What I would encourage people to do is to follow what some of the other local liquor stores have done, like say Argonaut, who have a dedicated craft beer buyer who works so hard to bring in the new breweries, to bring in the new cans, to bring in the new bombers, to get those into those stores. What I would encourage, say, King Soopers, if this passes, or if this actually happens in Colorado to do, is to have that, to have a dedicated beer buyer who's interested in bringing Colorado brands onto their shelves and exposing their shoppers to the new trends in the industry.
Craig, do you think with the liquor stores, do you think their concerns are valid?
Oh, absolutely. Some liquor stores will go out of business. There's no doubt about it. But ultimately, you have to say, what role does the government have in this? Let's let the free marketplace work, and the liquor stores that will survive will have easier parking, lower prices, better products, better selection, something that will draw the customers in. It's called free market competition, and I'm all for it.
Patty, what do you make of this? I mean, people are going to buy alcohol regardless. It doesn't really matter what it is. So I know, it means one thing to a consumer and another thing to the businesses. What would you say?
Well, I'll go Natasha one better. I don't just patronize local stores. I patronize as many local liquor stores as I can. Colorado's liquor laws are crazy. I mean, we still have 3-2 beer in the grocery stores. How many states still have anything resembling 3-2 beer? We've got these long, weird legacies of prohibition that need to be cleared up. I would say that is definitely one that needs to be cleared up. I think if this passes, supermarkets will be smart, because if you look at the people who like craft beer in Colorado, which is a huge market, it's going to make a difference in which grocery store they go to or whether they go to a liquor store, because they care that much. I mean, there are people who won't go to Joe's Sports Bar if all they're going to be able to get is Coors or Bud or Miller, because they want Colorado craft beers. So I think if it passes now, the Colorado craft beer industry is strong enough to be able to survive it. But it's going to take a lot of work by consumers to make sure that the big stores understand this is the kind of thing we want. But it is true, the government has no business in regulating where you can go buy a bottle of wine on Sunday.
David, I think it's a good idea that this is being put to the voters, because I know it's something, that people want to see happen. So what would you make of this?
Well, I guess unlike the rest of the panel, I'm not so ready to just jump on this free market ideological bandwagon here. The craft beer industry opposes this, and for good reason, because they know when they go to liquor stores, they can make a pitch and say, yeah, if you're New Belgium, yes, New Belgium's going to be sold at King Soopers and Safeway. But if you're a guy who's just starting up, you've got an easier chance of going in one-on-one with the liquor stores and giving your product a try than you do with the mass purchasing of King Soopers and Safeway and Walmart and all that. Because you go to any King Soopers or whatever, they have a certain amount of space. They do not have room for the niche beers and things like that. They are going to be selling you exclusively the mainstream products and not the things, and they don't have the room on their shelves to take a chance on somebody who's new and an innovator. So as somebody who thinks that Colorado's craft beer industry, which is the greatest that has ever existed in the history of the world, literally, is a good thing, I'm not ready yet to just go for something that could be quite harmful to it.